Hi, thank you for visiting the channel. To be clear, this course is only for reference and to increase your knowledge. Whether you are a novice or an expert, the bvop.org has no affiliation with us and neither endorse nor support us. Before going with these sessions, I would advise not to skip any earlier sessions in order to have a clear understanding of the material. Project risk management. Project risk management requires awareness and involvement of key roles from management offices, development team, implementation support departments, and all parties interested in the project. Project risk management is a major activity with high importance in the context of the POP. The business value-oriented project management office needs to stand by the following ideas. A risk may be obvious or hidden, and unrealized and unmanaged risk may cost a lot of time and resources, and unmanaged risk may be a reason for the failure of the project. The obvious risk related to topics which are expected, known, and previously experienced by individuals involved in a project. The hidden risk is related to topics and events for which project participants and stakeholders have no awareness or knowledge. Project risk management may include the following activities: collecting risk items, evaluating the risk analysis, the risk prioritization, observing the risk, discussing the risk, avoiding the risk, updating the risk items, sharing the risk, willingness to share and participate. Collecting risk items. Risk items are risk topics that can be defined and described separately. They are usually collected in a common list that contains an indefinite and unlimited amount of risk items. The collecting of risk topics includes the naming and description of all the possible events and factors that may negatively affect the project in any way. Extensive knowledge about risk items is required in the process of their collection. Pointing out the possible realistic situation of their occurrence is also needed. All offices, departments, and key roles involved in the project contribute to the risk collection through their knowledge and experience. Now, let's understand evaluating the risk analysis. Each risk item needs evaluation and detailing of easier general risk management. The risk items attributes. The risk items may be multiple attributes like category, description, impact, probability, symptom, loss size, action plan, owner, proximity. Category. The categorization of the risk items help with their organization into general groups. Categorization may include areas like management, users, requirements, technology, team, organization, documentation, supply. Management. Risk items in this category usually includes issues that may arise from the organization's senior and middle management. Issues may be related to the low engagement of senior management, lack of communication, unrealistic budgets, and more. Users. This category may include risks that are closely related to product users. That may include negative options, lack of commitment, low user satisfaction, and more. These risks may be related to constantly changing the requirements at late stages, unclear requirements, misunderstandings the requirements. Technology. Technological risk can lead to significant time to market. If team use unfamiliar technologies, the risk usually affects the time, cost, and pre-planned events. Technical debt is another risky topic that needs focus. Massive technical debt can lead to eventual product rework and negative development direction. A technical risk may cause a negative impact on external teams, which can lead to difficulties with using parts of the product. Support and integration may be difficult. Team. A team risk is associated with the people who develop or maintain the product. Possible risks are inadequate experiences, not enough personal, team conflicts, low motivation, and other aspects of human behavior and interactions. Next is organization. An organization Well, risk may be related to the organization's inability to manage the entire product, staff, supplies, support, events, resources, policies, and legal aspects, etc. The culture and maturity of the organization, unstable environment, resources, and restructuring can also be a major risk issues. Supply. Supply may include providing materials, resources, external and internal needs, content, data tools, environments. Not supplying any of this may be considered as the project risk. Description. Description of the actual expected risk item. Items are described briefly in a comprehensible language. Impact. The impact is the potential damage caused by the each risk item. It describes shortly what eventually may happen if the risk occurs. Then probability. The likelihood of the risk occurring. It may be numerable value from 1 to 10. Other quantitative units or a term like likely, unlikely, or likely to occur, certain to occur, etc. Symptom. Any potential risk may have a documented symptom of occurrence depending on previous experience and skills of the teams and parties involved in the project. The symptoms can be predicted and described clearly. Symptoms should be clear to all involved in and developing the project. Loss size. Loss size is a relative unit that represents possible material losses such as hours, day, or money. If a risk item has a loss size of 10, this may mean a 10 delay in the project. If the result is multiplied by the total money consumption per day, this may indicate the number of total losses caused by the risk. The entire project risk collection has a total loss size number, which is the sum of all loss size value of all risk items. If the project risk collection contains 100 risk items with an average loss size value of 10 of each item, then the total loss size of the entire project will be 1000. If the loss size unit represents days, and if the entire risk described in the collection occurs, the entire project will be delayed by 1000 days. If one business day costs $1,000 for the organization, including fees, wages, and any expenses, the total loss for the organization will be around $1,000. The PVP focuses on project risk management and loss size of each risk item as an important topic that is associated with the serious damage to the organizations. The visualization of possible losses may help raise the level of responsibility and commitment of all likely role in the project action plan. Defining and collecting risk items is not enough to adequately manage risks. An action plan is needed if a risk factor or event arises. The management officers, development teams, and all key project roles and stakeholders must be prepared and aware of possible response actions. The BOFI suggests that all officers inside an organization and all teams and individuals should do their best to avoid all potential risks. Owner. The owner is an individual, team, or an entire office responsible for the risk avoidance. The owner is always known, defined, and needs to be competent in the category. The owner is proactive and acts independently to prevent the risk. Proper guidance and support from other officers, teams, or individuals are recommended if this would increase the chances of risk avoidance. Proximity. Proximity is an ultimate estimate of the most likely time for a risk to occur. Owners can concentrate their efforts and observations within a reasonable time for the risk emerges if the proximity is realistic. Proximity types may be upcoming, within, or stage within the project, beyond the project. The risk items may also have other attributes like ID, name, date, status, or any other that provides convenience for general risk management. The risk of prioritization. Prioritization of all the risk items is a helpful practice that ensures focus on highly important possible issues and optimizes the effort needed for risk management. A popular practice in a classical project management is the risk items ought to be prioritized by their risk probability, or by values of several multiplied attributes. The BOP suggests that prioritization by one attribute or result of attributes is not enough, and the project risk needs more attention and focus. The risk may be hidden and unexpected. Project risk management requires the collaboration of all offices, departments, and individuals. The project risk is dynamic at different stages of the project. Therefore, prioritization should also be dynamic. Each office or department can filter the risk item to their needs by using the available categories, owners, and attributes of the items. Filtering can provide focus and easier monitoring and risk management. For example, the design department can track the risk items in the design category and prioritize and focus on the risk associated with the entire design department. Management offices can filter the risk collection and according to the management category loss size to focus on potential management issues or to calculate total potential losses. Observing the risk. Observing the risk has a crucial role in risk management. All risk owners need constant awareness of the risk items assigned to them and proactively track symptoms and statuses, observe situation, behaviors, and occurrences that may cause a certain negative event to implode. Discussing the risk. Offices, departments, or teams need to discuss the project risk at the early stages of the risk definition as well as at the regularly held discussion sessions throughout the entire project. During the sessions, each department can define new risks and provide other department with information, status, updates, issues, needs, and the risks already identified. Conclusions and information from the sessions held are shared with all the offices and departments interested in the project. Discussion sessions are quick and focused on essential topics and productivity. Avoiding the risk. Avoiding the risk is the main subject and activity of all parties involved in the project. It requires collaboration and proactivity. Avoiding the risk may include actual work to be done at the early stages or during the project. It may be scheduled as regular tasks for internal or external teams as part of the entire product or project development or delivery. Updating the risk items. Updating risk items takes place over the entire project cycle and may be a method of revealing hidden risks. Risk items updates are based on the newly provided information, discussions, resolutions, and or new issues. Sharing the risk. Risk sharing involves providing the entire risk collection to all officers, teams, key roles, and stakeholders. It is always to prevent potential risk and to improve their collection. Willingness to share and participate. The BOP suggests that participation of as many key roles as possible in risk management. Some departments and individuals may avoid participating in this process intentionally. The unwillingness to participate in risk management and avoidance may have different routes. Still, key role participation in the entire project risk management process is a worthwhile activity that can prevent many risks, events, and factors. The BOP office creates a culture of cooperation and points out and highlights the benefits of involving key roles in risk management. Thanks for staying to the end of this session. Please keep motivating us by subscribing our channel, hitting like and do comment and share with your friends and relatives. See you in the next section.